Now today I have the new Samsung Freestyle camera. This thing is supposed to be a beast, and I'm actually very curious to see how this is going to work. So here it is right there. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. That way you guys get all the latest and greatest information. I try to give you guys all the good stuff here, so that way you guys can check it out to see if it's worth it or if it's not. Now, first things first, what do you get in the box? So the first thing you get here is a quick setup guide, very simple to use. You also get a user manual, you get your charging cables, and both ends are USB-C, loving that. You do get a really nice power supply. This thing feels very premium. And then of course you do get the projector itself. Now, one thing that I noticed too, as I was like searching for this guy, the remote, it was like opening up a present. I kept opening up stuff up and I'm just like, ooh, here's this, here's this, here's this. It wasn't really user friendly to find stuff. It was just kind of like hidden in everything. So you almost have to like destroy the box to find stuff like this. So here is the remote. It is in white, and as you can see there, it's got your Netflix button at the bottom. It's got Samsung TV Plus, Disney Plus, Prime Video. I gotta say, the buttons up and down, you got your plus and minus for volume, and you got your next button. It feels a little, I don't know, a little cheesy, I would say. Samsung normally has some pretty good remotes. This one just feels a little cheesy. But as long as it works, I'm almost afraid that just hitting some of these buttons are gonna, I don't know, it almost feels like they might possibly break, and I hope they don't, but yeah, we'll see. So as far as the projector itself goes, this thing feels very heavy duty. You do have a mic port on the side here. You could turn that mic off or on, depending if you may be taking calls or something, or Skype or something like that. You do have an HDMI. It looks like it's going to be micro HDMI. You could probably go to micro HDMI to something else, like either some kind of USB possibly. And then you got your USB-C right there. So pretty nice. This thing feels very nice to the hands. You do see the speaker in the background, and you have plenty of air ventilation all the way around. So of course, first things first, let's go ahead and set this guy up. Now again, as I was pulling stuff out, I noticed there was this little tiny thing here, which again, not really sure exactly what this was until I looked at the book. But from what this looks like, you connect your power right here, and then it has a little lip right there, and that's how you could put your cable and keep it snug up against the actual arm right there. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is test it out, make sure it's not too tight and it's not pulling. So if I do move it up, I just want to be sure that it stays put right there. So that's good to go. And then the other end right here, this is where you're going to want to go to power right there, just like this, and then plug it in. And of course, one of the first things on the rule book here, it says do not stare at this thing, and of course it's pointing right at me. Now it does have a little tiny cover, so the smooth side is going to be out, and then the side that's kind of like beveled in is going to be in, and that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and remove that little, looks like a little sticker right there thing, or a little plastic thing for the batteries not to die. And let's go ahead and turn this thing on. So if I hit power, I hear this thing powering on. So I definitely don't want to hit it on my face. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn off all these lights. Now, the first thing I got to say is, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the thing is right here, right behind me. And I'll turn on this light here real quick. That way you guys can see it. So it is right behind me, directly right there. And I do have the camera. This is one of the most clearest pictures I've seen anytime I've ever recorded a YouTube video like this. So I gotta say, it's one of the most clearest and nicest screens that I've seen while recording this thing. Now, of course, do mind that I do have the doorway right there. I was gonna throw a big screen on. I'm just like, you know what? Let me just throw this thing on the wall just to see how it looks like. And if you guys can't tell, this thing looks amazing. So how would you like to start up? It says choose one, smartphone or remote control. So I'm going to use my smartphone. And of course, it's going to ask me for a QR code. And when I scan that code, it says, I need to add this to my smart thing. So it directed me straight to smart thing. So I said my home, where do I want it? I could choose living room, kitchen, laundry room, whatever. I'm going to do, let's just do family room just to have it a different name. I'm going to hit done. Next. If the screen is off, turn on using the remote control. So now it's pairing. I'm going through all these like pairing instructions. So it's super simple. And then this thing is now, as you can see, it's picking it up. That simple. Your projector is being registered to your Samsung account. Follow the instructions on your cell phone. So pretty simple. And the next thing that it's doing is I'm able to actually sync everything from my Samsung TV onto this device. It's saying, what do you want? Do you want everything, your general info? You want your home screen? What is it that you want? Too bad I can't sync stuff from my NVIDIA Shield on this thing, or we be in some serious business. So here we go. This thing looks pretty damn close to like an NVIDIA Shield. Now let's just go ahead and try. I'm kind of curious if the voice option on this thing works. So when you do click on that voice, I did set up Alexa versus your Bixby. I like the Alexa over the Bixby. I always had. So you got some instructions here if you want to connect your stuff. So it's not too bad if you want to use that voice. So let's go ahead and we're just going to go over here to YouTube. So one of the first options I always like to do is I'm going to check out this Buzz TV box one. Look how clean that is. I got to say, let me crank this guy up as loud as I can. It's pretty, it doesn't sound distorted, like it's like overpowering. It's just right. So first thing is, let's come here to more. We're going to go on to the quality, and it looks like the highest quality it is pulling is as 1080p. So this is a 4K link. This is a 4K video. I'm going to try another one just in case I'm missing something. And this one is marked as 4K also from Tanya from Fire TV Sticks. So if we come here again, let's just come over here to more. This one looks like it's pulling up at 720, and it looks like 1080p is going to be the max option that we're going to be able to get. I don't see any like actual 4K coming from YouTube into the projector. Most projectors, they upscale it, but this looks pretty damn clean. Now, as you can see here, I'm just trying out another video. Yeah, and it looks good, and it's playing just amazing. Now, some of the buttons here too, I'm just gonna go ahead and click on the Disney Plus button, see how long it takes to open. Disney Plus loading. So there you go. It probably took about 5 seconds for it to load initially. Not too bad. I'm gonna hit on Netflix to see how long this takes now. And that one took even less time. That was probably like about 3 or 4 seconds where I could actually sign in and get started. Pretty insane stuff here. Now, what I am going to do is stay tuned for the next video on this one, because I want to show you guys the specs on this thing, the setup, just some of the basic stuff of what you do get. And we're going to test this during the daytime. We're going to put the lights on and see if this thing works. Hope you guys appreciate this video. I wanted to give you guys the latest and greatest stuff. Some pretty good stuff there. So you guys take care of each other. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.